into the mineral line, and I mean it's really tough to deal with. So we'll see if these players know about them and if they put them to good use. Overall, I really like Expedition Lost, and I'm happy we finally get to cast a game on it. So, speaking of casting, we have a Zerg player in the bottom left corner of Expedition Lost. His name is Sauce. He plays for Team Formless Gaming, and he is teal. That backwards introduction.
We have the blue Zerg against the blue Zerg.
The more blue Zerg in the top right corner of Expedition Lost. It is the blue Zerg player spawning for Team Unrivaled. It is White Lion. Wow, that was the most clunky intro I've ever done, I think.
Still haven't had a 9 pool. Where are my 9 pools at, boys?
I bet all my money on 9 pools, and we're not.
We said there would be 2 9 pools as well. We gotta have 2. Well, I mean,
if both players 9 pool, then that counts as 2 9 pools. If we see that in the next game.
I mean, that's fair. Alternatively, this needs to go to a 3rd map, which we haven't had yet. So it's been 2-0s every single map so far, or set rather.
All right, so what type of playstyle do you usually see in ZVZ on this kind of map?
Normally, I would say you don't see Mutalisk styles because, like we saw White Lion, I believe it was White Lion, he attempted the Roach Baneling type bust, and that wasn't so successful because it was a little bit late, but the Mutas popped. But imagine if you could just go straight through the back rocks instead of into 8 spine crawlers. It's pretty convenient, and then all of a sudden you just run into a bunch of Lings and Banelings, but you already have more Lings and Banelings and Roaches, so you can bypass the defenses of a Muta player, and that works out really nicely. So it would either be Roaches or Early Aggression, which is what we see coming out of Source. He has thrown down the 13 gas and the 12 pool.
Yep, really going to be looking to get some good damage done early here. And considering White Lion did open up with a hatch first, he did the hatch gas pool again. Last time he did this, he found himself in quite a bit of trouble under the face of early aggression here, and we have the same type of thing coming at him again.
Yeah, so Source has evidently been doing his homework as well. He obviously watched the stream earlier, I believe. Yeah, he would have done, because, yeah, so he's got this figured out. He knows that White Lion can open up with this kind of play, and it's might well pay off for him. I mean, he's staying in gas here. He's going straight for the Baning Nest, so this is going to be a old-fashioned Wings of Liberty beta, 1 base Zergling Baning all in. Nice.
And you know what? It's going to do at least some damage easily here. This Overlord, I think, is hilarious, just sitting there watching the hatchery, just noting down the fact that this is going to be a pretty... it's going to get some damage done pretty easily here, for sure. Coming on up here, the Spine Crawler has started, and if these Lings are micro correctly for White Line, he may be able to get it up, and I think he will be. So nicely done here. But the thing is, speed is halfway done. More Lings are streaming across the map. White Line is getting a look at this, by the way. He knows there's no expansion, so he's got to play extreme defense here. And I'd really like to see him get us. Okay, there's the second Spine Crawler. Nicely done there. But now he needs more Queens as well. He just needs everything. I'd like to see more Queens, more Spine Crawlers, get a Baneling Nest, get speed, and defend this.
I think actually you should probably either defend it with gas or without gas. And White Lion is opting for the gasless defense whilst mining gas. So I think he probably should have decided to pull out of gas a little bit sooner, because he could have a little bit more mineral income to help defend this in a gasless fashion. But this Spine Crawler is going to be focused down. This Baneling is looking for the money hit, and it completely whiffs actually. But there's enough Zerglings here to... I thought there was enough Zerglings to contest White Lion Zerglings, but with the Spine Crawler here, and the Queen just like throwing her darts from the high ground, White Lion has maybe held for the time being, but there's still more Zerglings rallying across.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting what you were saying earlier about going the gasless opening while getting gas. I mean, White Lion has almost 400 gas now. Those could be minerals here. As more Banelings and Zerglings stream in here, forcing the Spine Crawler back up onto the high ground, these Banelings can just sit on this ramp. Going to be getting some damage done to their natural, but honestly, I'd like to see him jump into the main here like he's doing right now. Going to take a good fight against these slow Lings here. And he's still... he's got a handful of Lings at home. I wonder if he knows about them.
Oh, the Baneling's going for the drones, getting 4 drone kills, but there's actually enough speed, slow zerglings actually from White Lion to clean this all up, so Source has to retreat from this fight. And he could do a ring around the Rosie and kill this natural, but he's opting just to play it safe, wait for the reinforcements. There's a lot of.
We still have gas mining for White Lion too. I cannot stress this enough. This is so much gas here, 500. There's absolutely no minerals to spend anything here. I mean, it's to the point now where it's too late. Like, even if you do pull out of gas, there's not going to be enough time for you to survive in the game to transition into minerals. So these speedlings are really going to get a lot of damage done. The roaches are out, but there's not enough minerals to pay for them. Sorry, the roach warren is out, but not enough minerals. And the speedlings are just spreading all over the main and natural of White Lion here. And eventually this game is going to be over.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few roaches attempting to pop out, but there's the GG Wapo from White Lion.
Maybe that's a Korean thing. Like they used to say GG yo, now it's a GG Wapo. Good manner coming out of White Lion there. He was pretty much up against the ropes again, going with the most greedy style of build besides 3 hatch before pool, and
Yeah.
you know, he took damage for it. So I wonder if we're going to see an adjustment here coming from White Lion, because I'd like to see something a little bit different.
Yeah,
to try to help hold
we
off
will
it.
see though. I mean, we did see him open up with, was it the early pool in map 1? I think it was, like the first map of the day. Was he the early
Was it the
pool?
14 pool? Oh,
No,
TBM
that was
was
Nefarious. Hmm? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I can't remember the exact person with the early pool. There's been so much ZVZ already that it's all confuddled in my head. But I do know that White Lion's been pretty focused on getting that fast expansion up. And I mean, I love the hatch first. I think though that it's way too risky to go hatch gas first, especially hatch gas pool story, especially on a 2-player map like Expedition Lost. Maybe on Deadwing it would make a little bit more sense. We're going to see that map coming up next year for these 2 players. So I don't know. We might see the same thing coming out of White Lion again.
Yeah, Deadwing does have, it does present the option for any players wanting to roll the dice a little bit with the spawn locations, maybe to hide a build from overlords 50% of the time, or maybe it'll either be aggressive builds or very aggressively economic builds with that. So maybe the hatch on the low ground with like a 17 pool or something. Alternatively, you could go like 13 gas, 12 pool, which we've actually seen a lot of today, and like flood, speedlings, and banelings, which is what we saw exactly last game. So various options present themselves here.
Yeah, for sure. And we have our possible last chance to have a double 9 pool here so I can win my money and come out of here with a profit. Let's go ahead and introduce the players. In the top left corner of Deadwing, we have the Teal Zerg player playing for Team Formless Gaming. He is currently up 1-0, and his name is Sauce. Sauce. And in the bottom left corner of Deadwing, the Blue Zerg player spawning for Team Unrivaled. He is currently down 0-1. Really needs to mix up his play, I think, to stay in this series. It is White Lion. All right. No 9 pool.
Well, I mean, we both won in 9 pools, so I guess no one wins that bet, huh? Oh well. So both players are sending their overlords vertically, and they are going to be scouting each other, and still drones being made for both sides here, so no really early pools, but we do have the potential for the fast 13 gas that Source used in the previous game, but looks like he's not going to be opting for that. Actually, we'll have White Lion opting for that, so the fast gas coming down for White Lion, he's going to be aggressive this time around, but Source is going to be aware of that with this Overlord Scout.
Eventually, yeah, and he'll be able to adapt his opening here, but he's already gone for the 15 pool anyway, so I always like that decision against any sort of early pool coming out of your opponent because it just sets you up so nicely for success. Now, the difference is you're going to get gas with it, which we've yet to find out yet. He is going to go ahead and take the second expansion, and like you said in last game, it's really important to make that distinction. Are you going to be getting gas if you're going to be getting gas, then you have to be using it, whether you're defending or attacking. If you're not getting gas, then you have so much more minerals to be able to afford those extra spine crawlers, those extra queens, and you can actually you can have a much more efficient defense that way.
Yeah.
So it looks like Sauce is going to go that way, the gasless route.
As you say that, of course, he takes the gas. So typical caster curse there. But yeah, it is so much minerals you're missing out because a drone mines 40 minerals a minute. So you'll have the 3 drones in gas, which is 120 minerals a minute. You're not getting, that's what, like a spine crawler a minute or something like that. And then you also have the 4th drone, which dies to make the gas geyser, and the cost of the gas geysers. So there's a lot of minerals for mining this gas, so you've got to make sure you use this gas, but it looks like both players are going to be using this gas. White Lion is opting just for the very fast speed, and then the delayed Baneling Nest. I imagine Source will be doing the same idea.
Yeah, and he is, I mean, White Lion here does have an Overlord just sitting over the base that's going to end up dying here, which early on is pretty inefficient, you know,
Painful.
losing your early Overlord. Yeah, it really sucks because that's 100 minerals that you could have made extra links with, but instead your Overlord died and you have to make another Overlord. Now there are White Lion links over here in the natural. They're going to try to pick a efficient fight here. Not really going to get that yet. Need to wait for link speed to finish. Worth noting, both of these players do not have a Baneling Nest, and with Sauce just now getting link speed, he's going to be really far behind actually, and I like White Lion's position here to get some damage done with these speedlings.
Yeah, and here's the Baneling Nest coming down now for White Lion. But on the subject of Overlords, we have 2 Overlords for Source that are carelessly left in the natural of White Lion, and they could be picked off during all of the chaos here, and I'm sure Source wouldn't even notice them until they're gone. So we will be having the Speedling Baning aggression coming out for both sides here, with Source taking the defensive posture, getting the Spine Crawler up in the main. Actually, he's probably expecting this natural to get flooded if he's building the Spine in the main.
Yeah, probably. It's a safer option. He can move it down if he finds time to in the future here. These Zerglings for White Line really not actually getting as much damage done as they should be. They're closing the window of opportunity here, and Sauce is going to end up having Link Speed soon and Banelings as well. So White Lion is, I mean, this is his time to get some damage done. Instead, he's going to wait for some Banelings to morph in, but Sauce is doing the same thing. He is moving that Spine Crawler down as well. The longer this goes on, well, I mean, the more even it's going to get, I suppose, because White Lion actually does have a couple drone lead, so he's got that going for him.
This is just coming down to micro here. I mean, Source does have the... Oh my goodness, it's so hard to tell these Banelings apart. So Source has the Spine Crawler and the Queen, which he can keep on the same control group to use to focus fire down Banelings, but there's a nice trade there for Source, getting the 1 lane for the... Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh no! Don't do it, Sauce. Seriously, just don't let it happen, because... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, so what Source was trying to do there was you have your lane group, you send it to attack the Baneling, you then... This is yeah, you really need to be very fast on the mouse. You're trying to deselect one Zergling and then pull the rest of the group back before they all run into the Baneling. It's a very... It does work in, like, if you have a lot of time to spare or you're a very fast player, but yeah, misclick. GG. White Lion will take map 6.
And there we go. Nicely done by White Lion, winning the Ling Bane War, and that's nothing to scoff at. Ling Bane Wars are hard. So hard, in fact, that most players just want to skip it altogether.
I mean, we have a prime example of that last game. 1 misclick and the game is over. That's it. Done. GG.
Yeah, so I don't know why you would want to put yourself in that position anyway, to be completely honest. But, I mean, it's a fun style of play if you're confident with it. So there you go, White Lion taking that game. And I wonder if we're going to see an early gas and a pool coming out of him in Game 3 once again.
I mean, this is our last chance for the double 9 pool. The dream is real.
Oh, yeah. Please do it. I don't think any of us know what map 3 is on here, because TB Ham has just been ninjaing these vetoes behind our backs.
Yeah, he's been pretty secretive about them. So I'm going to guess Overgrowth.
Yeah, good guess. Nope, you were wrong. Bad guess. Terrible guess. Why would you guess Overgrowth? It's obviously Bonnie Research Station. You said this was the most popular map before.
Yeah, and apparently I'm playing. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and get these players readied up. There we go. Both players are ready. You are the lobby host. Let's go ahead and click start and get into this final match of the losers group here to determine who is going to survive and who is going to be knocked out. This is going to be one intense game.
I mean, the winner of this now best of one gets to face Canary in a best of three for the chance to advance to the round of 16 to face players even better than Canary. It only gets harder from here.
I know. And that's what makes me so excited about this whole tournament. We literally have the best from the CTL coming together in a gigantic tournament to try to figure out who the best player is. I mean, we've had things like Couchy's League and the CT6 Weekly, and all of those are really cool, for sure. And we've had some amazing games come out of that. But for some reason, the CSL just seems to take it all together and produce something that could be, if I can be corny about it, something kind of magical. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. But anyway, let's go ahead and introduce the players. In the bottom portion of Bonnie Research Station, we have the Blue Zerg player coming back, winning the last game very nicely with some Ling Bane micro. It is White Lion. And in the top portion of Bonnie Research Station, spawning for Team Formless Gaming, it is the Teal Zerg player Sauce.
Oh, 9 pools! Oh, the dream is over.
They probably heard me say that, and then they just thought that they're just doing it to spite me.
That's a shame.
I try to be so nice to these guys, and they just spite me.
Well, I mean, we didn't ask for a 9 pool for them specifically, so, I mean, in their defense, they know none the wiser until they rewatch the VOD later. So, they can see that they have let us down. They watch it. Oh, White Lion going for the early gas again. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like White Lion has shown that he has got a bit of an affinity here for Ling Baneling type play, so he's going to go ahead and try to push that advantage here in a game that is incredibly important.
Yeah, throwing the 3 guys in gas there, and it'll be against a hatch first from Source. So this is actually how White Lion played against Nefarious on this map as well, I believe, right? And then Nefarious just had the 2 queens on the ramp with the magical transfuse micro, and nothing died. So, I mean, Source could well do the same thing here. I mean, he is opting for the 15 pool, so a little bit of a faster pool here, just in case White Lion is going to be doing the same thing, and also the 15 gas. So Source is going to be wanting to again defend this with Circlings and Banings. Hopefully his micro is better than the last game, though.
Yeah, he was self-aware of the misclick there for sure. So, you know, he's going to try to do this a little bit better. And he's going to be playing defensively here because the pool is already done. We already have a queen out. We already have Ling speed started as well. So we're going to be seeing some aggression coming out of White Lion pretty quickly here.
Yeah, he still has the 1 guy in gas to throw down the Baneling Nest at a more delayed time, just to allow his minerals to spike up. Actually, it looks like he's opting for the natural expansion, so taking a different route this game than the previous ZVZ he had on Vani.
Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure if White Lion's got his plan, right? I would have liked to see the 3 guys remain in gas and drop a Bane Nest and just do what he does well. But, I mean, he's clearly got a plan here, so we'll see if it works out for him.
Yeah, so it looks like he wants to be aggressive just with the fallback of having a hatchery. So maybe he's thinking, okay, well, just in case I run into the same queen wall as I did on the previous ZVZ, I now have a bit of a fallback plan. It's not just instantly game over. Yeah,
and I mean, that's actually a pretty good idea here. We do see 2 queens out now for Sauce, but it looks like he's stopping at that amount here.
Yeah, no more queens coming out. He will be throwing down the Baning Nest very shortly. So he probably wants to defend with queens on the ramp unless he absolutely has to.
Ling speed finish for White Lion. I love this. He's taking the right side path here. It's actually managing to skip a few overlords. It is going to get caught here though, and I think it was spotted on the way out anyway. But Spinecrawler going down here for Sauce, and he is going to pull drones up to the natural or up to the main and try to help fight this off. And you know what? There's a bit of a window here for White Lion. He's going to pick off the queen, and he's now literally fighting drones with speedlings. This is terrible coming out. That sounded bad. I don't mean that Sauce is playing terribly,
No,
but
but
it's a terrible situation for him right
yeah,
now.
he will hold, and he actually still has more drones. So it looked very scary, but it's still going to look scary. And actually, he's just morphing these Banelings right underneath this Overlord. White Lion doesn't really care that this has been shown. He's just going straight all in with this.
All right, so we're going to see the famous Bling micro here. And the Banelings are finished early for White Line. He can get in here, but it looks like he's going to skip past... Oh, okay, there's... All right, so that happened. Two Banes trading with each other. Pretty commonplace. He's going to go ahead and pick off this Queen again in the natural now. And White Line has the Baneling advantage here.
This is... I mean, Source can pick off the reinforcements streaming up, but... One Baneling, he's out for blood. He's going to run past the Spinecrawler though, but that's a nice trade there. Getting a few lings popping out, and it looks like Source is going to lose his natural expansion here, so White Line will take the edge in that regard.
Alright, so getting a couple okay trades here is Sauce. He's going to be able to kind of even out the ling count here. He actually has more lings than his opponent does now.
Yeah, it looks like this aggression has kind of petered out here for White Lion. There's one Baneling left over, and oh my...
The Zergling's tanking Spinecrawler shots there to let the Baneling get closer, but actually nothing really came out of that. And yeah, Sauce is stabilizing a little bit here. Like you said, he still has a drone lead, but he did lose his natural, and that's kind of sucky for him.
But now all of a sudden, Source is the one who can put on the aggression. He has more Zerglings than White Lion, unless these Banelings go off, but... Looks like he's gonna... You need to have 3 Banelings to kill the Cocoon, so nice splits coming out of White Line. That was beautiful, but that was a good trade for Source, though. So all of a sudden now, White Lion, I think he has to morph Banelings at home. And yeah, he's morphing a few as we speak. And I think White Lion has recognized that his aggression has been slowed, stifled a little bit, and he's thrown down 2 Spinecrawlers in his main, expecting the counter-aggression, but Source is just going straight up to Roaches on the 1 base and retaking his natural, so he's saying, yep, I've had enough of this. No more ling baning for me.
I like what White Line is doing here, getting another Queen back at home. I'd like to see him get a couple more, because we've seen how effective those Queens are on the ramp. He can just park them there and put 2 Spines behind the Queens and have a pretty well-defended ramp there to be able to take advantage of his second natural, or his second base, and maybe drone up a bit. But he's not opting to do so. He is going to make a couple more drones, though, to try to take advantage here. But the Roach Warren is done, and it is so hard to make Roaches off of 1 base, though. But luckily, there's actually a bit of a bank here for Sauce to take advantage of. Once this larva inject pops here, he can get out quite a few Roaches.
There are so many Spinecrawlers here. This is just like a... Yeah, you can't break up into that. I think White Line has to go home. Yeah, he's droning up as well now. So, I mean, there's still the potential for a lot of aggression with all of these Speedlings. I don't think Source can leave his base, but I don't think White Line can enter it either. So, we have reached this kind of stage in the game of when you're safe, you can begin your transition. And at this time, it was the 10-minute 50 mark when the lair was thrown down for White Line, and he opts to go for what looks to be a Mutalist transition. The 4 guys is thrown down.
Yeah, and a muted transition would be pretty nice. I think, though, that actually Sauce is in a pretty good spot here because he's going to have a lot of Roaches out before there's any signs of mutas. And by the time mutas start to come out, potential for Sauce to be on the other side of the map already spitting all over him is going to be pretty high. So I'm not sure, though. The longer Sauce stays home with these Roaches, the more chance he does give White Lion to get a nice muta count up and be able to defend.
Yeah, so he's still at home with these Roaches. I think now that he's gone and seen the layer, he should be thinking about attacking soon. Yeah, here we go. Now moving out. These Zerglings with the Roaches, that's a lot of potential Banelings to be cleaning up all of these Zerglings and Banelings from White Lion. But it looks like both players are maybe meeting in the middle of the map, but... Oh, this is going to get weird. White Lion's going for the counter.
Yeah, and he has potential to do a good amount of damage here, especially at the natural. He's going to have to run past all the spine crawlers. And yeah, he's totally just going right for the counter here. Okay, it's actually going to take... Oh god, Sauce is trying to decide if he wants to keep going or not. He looks like he's going to go try to get the kill here. And he's actually forcing White Lion back now. Oh god, no, no, he's not. I have no idea what's happening.
We might have a pseudo kind of base trade here, but Source is going to be busting up into the spine crawlers here. White Line is also busting up into spine crawlers here. I think that Source is definitely going to get the better defense, but he can't really tell that he's defending it well. He's pulling his units back and forth and back and forth, and these roaches really wanted to be up and attacking the layer already, but there's 5 spine crawlers finishing up. A 6th one is just about to be morphed in as well, and again, I don't think that Source can really pressure up into here anymore.
No, there's way too many spines. And you know what? White Line has a massive drone lead right now, and there's no way that Sauce can go up and take advantage of that. These spine crawlers, well, they look a little bit of a silly overcommittal. They are actually exactly what Sauce or what White Lion needs here, because we're going to see exactly how good this defense is going to be. Roach is busting on up here, going to try to take out as many spines as possible. These banelings are all going off on roaches here, and this is going to be easily defended.
Oh, that one mailing though, that one mailing! Oh!
Missed opportunity there coming out of Sauce, and White Lion is going to be in a really good position here. He's going to lose some of these lings, but it doesn't really matter because these spine crawlers are going to be just fine, and he's got 12, almost 1,300 gas banked up. The mutas are going to be insane here. He needs to make some overlords, though.
The mutas are just going to be borderline game ending. I mean, yeah, he's only going to be able to make the 8 or 6. Yeah, 6 mutas. Now going up to 7 or so, now that he's built a few more spine crawlers, but he will need some overlords. But this is going to completely shut down all of the aggression from Source. He might just tap out because he's going to lose probably at least 3 overlords. Well,
Sauce almost found a nice window of opportunity there, but the spines and the amount of lings that are here is just too much here for White Lion. And yeah, I mean, this drone lead is absolutely insane for White Lion, and that's going to propel him to the end of this game. I think he's definitely got the better chance of winning this game out of the 2 players.
Yeah, now the mutas are out. All of the roaches have been resigned at the front. He's dancing his roaches. There's the GG.
Very well mannered coming out of Sauce there, and very well played from White Lion. The one player who, you know, nothing against you at all, but we were saying earlier in the game that he was going to have his work cut out for him during this group, and he just pulled right out ahead of Sauce here, and he's going to be the lucky winner to go in and face Canary in the final matchup.
Yeah, so